Story time on how they discovered my brain cancer. I've never done a story time before, so apologize in advance from me if this is weird. Okay, so this happened back in October. I was at work doing some things, typical stuff. I worked at a movie theater. Thanks to my school, I got a job at a movie theater and was also learning some hands-on stuff at the theater, like film projectors, all that stuff. So I was restocking some of the popcorn buckets for one of the upcoming movies. I can't even fully remember which ones they were, but in that I suddenly just collapsed. I was just gone. I just was stacking. Next thing I know, everything went black, and I woke up in the hospital. At this point, they still did not know what was going on. They still wanted to do some tests, and then suddenly I started, I don't know the technical term, but I started, vomiting blood, and I went under again, whoop, there I go, passed out again. From my knowledge, I woke up after that a few hours later. And mind you, at this point, they've already contacted Will, who was him, his wife, and their kids were here helping Bree and trying to figure out what was going on. And I didn't know it at the time, but at this time, my fiance Bree, because of all the stress of what they told her over the phone, she ended up having a mini stroke and also going to the hospital. But from my perspective, I did not know any of this, and I woke up, I got the news that while they were running some tests on trying to figure out what was going on with me, they discovered a huge tumor in my head. So it turned out that I have had third stage of a brain tumor. What's the technical name? I can't even pronounce it, but I have a GBM type tumor. If anyone wants to pronounce that, go ahead. And thinking back, I did have so many signs of it that I just ignored due to thinking I was just having stress from school, because I was dealing with so many school things. For those who have been part of my channel, this year has not been a very good year for me when it came to my schooling and filmmaking. It's been, a very stressful year, so I ignored all of those signs, thinking I was just under a lot of stress because of school. But I found out that that's all the signs and some of the symptoms of having a brain tumor. So that is the story of how I discovered I had brain cancer.